Now to the awful floods in New South Wales, which it is now confirmed have killed 3 people. Sky News reporter Jim Callinan filed this earlier from Forster.
Hello, Caleb. Yeah, it's been a really tough day here on the mid-north coast of New South Wales for so many, in particular many of those at Taree, which effectively has been marooned. It's been an island for some time now after the Manning broke its banks late yesterday and at record measures, and then continued to do so given the rain kept tumbling down for much of today, and we understand will continue for well into the evening as well. There's some 140 warnings from the SES now. 34 of those at the emergency level. They're basically telling people if it is safe, get out of where you are. So they are telling people to make sure they take heed because of those tragedies today as well. That just underlines the serious nature of how things are unfolding here, hour by hour. Now, amongst it all, we've spent a pretty busy day in Taree where we got to see up close and personal what a lot of the emergency crews have been up to. They've got 9 aircraft here across a range of emergency services, the Westpac Rescue Helicopter, RFS, Pole Air and the like. And they've been working virtually around the clock, both out there trying to assess the situation but also winching people to safety, including a lovely couple we met, Paul and Liz Brennan, just on the outskirts of Taree, where they've been isolated for about the last 4 days, and then today finally they heard that amazing sound of a chopper coming to winch them to safety and get them to safer and high ground, along with their dog Trixie. And then a little bit later in the afternoon, and a real understanding of what this means on a real local level, a local SES volunteer in Cassie Lake who had spent the last 2 days volunteering and helping others, inadvertently through that action, had then been cut off from her own family. Well, late today, reunited with all 4 of her children, care of another chopper airlift. So amongst all the tragedy, some real good stories here as well.
Thank you to Jim for that, and my apologies to the good people of Forster. I am but a humble South Australian, so I haven't got myself across these things yet. It is Forster, not Forster. And let's see what's in store for those in the flood-affected areas for the rest of the week. Sky News meteorologist Alison Osborne has the latest.
Heavy rainfall is still a risk tonight across parts of the mid-north coast of New South Wales, but that risk is rapidly easing back in time for the weekend. If we take a look at the current warnings, there's still the risk of 6-hourly rainfall totals up to 100 millimetres across the mid-north, and that is again on top of areas that have seen upwards of 500. So ongoing flash flood threat there. The risk is shifting southwards on Friday though, as a low pressure trough pulls towards the Blue Mountains. The flashes of red across the Greater Sydney area, the South Coast and the Illawarra, just indicating the risk of those heavy falls ahead of a clearing in a westerly on Friday. So there is a change on the way, but still Friday is looking nasty with a risk of flash flooding across the Central Coast, the Blue Mountains, parts of the Illawarra and then towards the South Coast, up to 150 millimetres in 24 hours on Friday. Into the weekend though, an end in sight and some very welcome sunshine. The winds are shifting westerly on Saturday morning, and this means dry weather for ongoing recovery efforts. So there is some clear weather on the way across New South Wales.